Hi, this is Rachel Gildersleeve. I'm going to briefly present on my internship with Pima County Health Department. A little bit of background: the justice-involved population is disproportionately composed of racial and ethnic minorities, persons with low educational attainment, and low socioeconomic status. The criminal justice process may exacerbate health disparities that are already present within these populations. So the JI population has been identified as a priority for preventive health initiatives. And collaborative efforts addressing essential needs such as housing, along with other wellness goals, have the potential to reduce recidivism and improve outcomes. So the tobacco prevention program within Pima County Health Department was interested in investigating the potential to instigate a community of practice focused on the justice-involved population in Pima County. And I served as their health and housing intern beginning last summer. And what I did was I researched evidence-based practice and models used across the country, investigated Pima County's housing, diversion, and reentry resources, and fostered community partnerships, and provided some program direction. What this looked like was creating a folder of evidence-based practices and models, and another folder of existing Pima County resources. I helped to foster partnerships by attending a health and housing roundtable at the beginning of last summer, following up with attendees and beginning a contact list, and then holding some interest and directions meetings. I created a survey that was based on validated tools, which helped to assess collaboration potential and also provide some program direction based on priority needs. I performed some opportunity mapping in collaboration with the Community Development and Neighborhood Conservation Group in Tucson. And I finally created a logic model that was based on some collaborative models research and primary and secondary data that we had gathered. The results of the survey was able to assess a breadth of perspectives, including state, county, and city government, and nonprofit and private organizations. The participating organizations were well connected to issues of affordable housing and justice. 67% already had criminal justice and/or affordable housing priorities, and 62% were currently or had previously played a leadership role relating to these efforts. The organizations that participated have high expertise, and this was determined by using evidence-based efforts, having a system for grant writing, having participated in a coalition or collaborative effort in the past, and being willing and able to serve on an action committee currently. However, they indicated that their current resources are not sufficient to serve Pima County's affordable housing and justice-related needs. The participants identified a host of barriers to serving the justice-involved population. However, when they listed the needs of the justice-involved population, 87% of the time they were also able to identify an organization in Pima County that was already serving these needs. So they also identified that we have a lot of assets within this community. So some key takeaways were that we found organizations that are willing and able to participate in the development of a community of practice. We identified priorities for action, including an initial focus on justice-involved youth. And we also procured the data from a needs assessment that had been performed within the past 5 years that'll provide other essential direction. This is an example of an existing tool created by Southwest Fair Housing Council that shows areas of opportunity and areas where services could be expanded to better serve our population. And this is a map that was created by CD&C GIS interns that shows health and other social services that are existing in Pima County. And this is a map that I created after taking a GIS course in the fall that shows the zip codes with the highest number of youth referred in 2018, along with some community resources, and the ones that are displayed here are community justice boards. And finally, this is the logic model that I created, basically giving some options for the community of practice and some direction for how a collaborative effort focused on the justice-involved youth in Pima County might operate. So I found out that Pima County is super dedicated to improving justice and housing outcomes. However, the systems that we were working within, housing, criminal justice, education, they're extremely complex and siloed, and successful collaboration will require increased funding, improved infrastructure, and dedicated staff. And beginning a new initiative really requires a lot of time, persistence, and flexibility. The path is not straightforward, and external circumstances can require changes in directions. So that's a little bit about my internship experience, and thank you so much to WRPHTC for providing funding.